So
Yes.
I have just started the recording. So one message for everybody that today I have uploaded whatever the video I was having as a recorded, I uploaded that on the channel. Because why I uploaded that? Because maybe after some time, 5 to 6 months or 6 weeks, maybe I forget that where I have the recording. So that's why I put it in a YouTube channel. So from now today onwards, I will upload every video over there, and anybody can get the advantage of that. Okay. So today, first we are going to discuss about LINQ in detail, and then second topic which we have as an optional topic about test-driven development, domain-driven development, business-driven development, about continuous integration, runway, and then we will understand that what is the use of Jenkins. Then in the optional topic, we have another topic that is stream technology, WebSocket, single R, and gRPC. Like single R, we are using much more in .NET Core. So we will discuss about this. So first, let's start from LINQ. So anybody who want to give some overview related to LINQ, and if somebody is not speaking, they can mute him or herself. And whenever he want to speak something, he can unmute, and we have a lot of time, right? There's no limitation of time. So anybody who want to speak about LINQ, yeah, continue. One person. Siu, would you like to speak about LINQ? Anyone? Yeah, continue, Siu.
Yeah, LINQ is using for return some queries in LINQ. We can start a query in LINQ by from
to list and different and like different lists and like from database. We are having different flavors of LINQ, like LINQ to SQL, LINQ to XML. So these are all. So we can query like we can query via two types, via simple method and via LINQ to method. That's it, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Siu, you are saying something. Please continue. Anybody who want to give some overview? This is how we start the session, right? Yeah, PK. Yeah, Siu, continue.
No, sir, I'm listening.
Okay, you are listener? Okay, that's good. So anybody who want to speak about LINQ today? Hi, Prasant.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, continue, Prasant.
So as you know, the LINQ is the acronym for the language integrated query, and it is used for the different object collections. It work on object collections, different type of object collections actually. It's LINQ to objects, LINQ to data sets, LINQ to XML, LINQ to SQL, LINQ to entities, or any iQueryable implementation data is there. We can use LINQ over there. And after LINQ can be a query for writing a two-page. We can writing simply the LINQ query, and other way we can write the using lambda expression. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. My question is why LINQ comes? Can you explain?
Okay. So PK, your question is that why we are using LINQ, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We will take this question. Give me 1 minute. Hi, Pinto. Pinto, you are raising your hand. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, hi, good evening, everyone.
Hi.
I just wanted to share a few sentences on LINQ. Okay, LINQ is, like Prashant said, it's a language integrated query. So what happens is, when you write SQL queries, you don't have any IntelliSense support, you don't have any syntax support, nothing when you write SQL queries in a program. Now
Yes.
this same thing you can do with link. With link, what happens is it is just like a C# program. So any syntax error, any class is spelled wrong.
Hello.
Pinto,
Your mic.
maybe some network issue.
Yes,
We
sorry,
are
I
not
was
able to
getting
hear.
another call. I got disconnected.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Would you like to continue?
Yes, I'll continue.
Yeah, please.
So what I was saying is when we write a SQL query in our program, we do not have any IntelliSense support, no syntax error checking, no suggestions, nothing. So just the same thing what we do in by writing an SQL query, we can do the same thing in by writing link queries. So what happens in if we use link is we get IntelliSense support. So you get suggestions when you start writing link queries. You get syntax checking. So you very rarely you'll go write something wrong. So you have all the support that you get for C# in Visual Studios you get if you use link instead of writing plain SQL queries. Then we have all other advantages of asynchronous programming. You can also use list, iQueryable. You can use object-oriented concepts if you use link. Same thing if you use SQL queries, you do not get any of this.
Yes.
Right. So first of all, should I speak now? No?
Yes, go ahead.
So first of all, whenever a word came in front of us, LINQ, the full form of LINQ is Language Integrated Query. And it came in with .NET 2008 and the framework was 3.5. So whenever we want to write a query in LINQ, we should have a basic knowledge of C# and Visual Studio Code, right? So if anybody have the knowledge of Visual Studio, C# and VB.NET, then they can learn the LINQ. And the main advantage of LINQ, like we are a developer, then we have LINQ. And LINQ can communicate with object. LINQ can communicate with ADO.NET dataset. LINQ can communicate with XML document. LINQ can communicate in the entity framework also. The person who is using entity framework, right? They're using a lot of LINQ in the project. And LINQ can communicate with SQL database, and LINQ can communicate with other data sources also, right? So it is like we have SQL, it is a structured query language, and LINQ is a language integrated query, and which you can write in C# as well as in VB.NET also. So let me share one small example, right? Then we will, let me know if my screen is visible. So this is like normal sentence as an array we have declared here, and the type is as a list. And then we are making the query here. Then we are making for each. So we have two things. One is for, another is for each. So if somebody have doubt that what is the difference between for and for each, then we can discuss that also. So what is the problem here? Okay, it is saying that you have not taken the namespace. So it required namespace. So here I need to use the namespace of LINQ. Whenever we want to use the functionality of LINQ, this namespace is required. That's why that error was coming. Everybody is able to hear me, right? One person can say that, yeah, I can hear you. So now,
Yeah, we can hear.
okay. So now what I'm doing, I'm just going to debug the things which we like here. We are going to just one. What happened? Okay. Then I have to debug this. Then now I got in the form of array here. It is start from 0 till we have 4 record, then it last record is coming as a index 3. And sometime we got the error of out of index also. So what it will do, it will get all the record wherever it will contain A. So let's see what will happen here. Now it will get all the records here, whichever we have the A name, then it will, then again, it will print one by one, right? So here I need to, after that, I need to write console.readline. Then the output will come. So let's wait again. So here 2 name is coming. So anyone who can explain me the difference between for and for each? Anyone? Yeah, continue. Anybody?
Hello, yeah, Pankaj hai.
Yeah, continue.
For each we can use in collection. When I have any collection, then I need we can use the for each, and simply for will we use any loop. So internally for each use wrap up. For each is a wrap up of for, can say. That's my end.
So anybody who want to explain about the difference between for and for each?
Yeah, I would like to discuss. For each is using a value, index type value, and in a for each loop is using variable value. But in for loop, integer type is int every time. But in for loop is integer type is there is a not fixed integer type. That is a variable. Type is in for.
Okay. So as anyone else? So
in
when,
for loop,
yeah, continue.
in for loop we are getting data on the base of index, and in for each we can get data directly.
Right. In the for loop, we can do we move the data one by one, and we can put some condition also. Then even though we can go forward as well as we can reverse also. But in the for each, we cannot put the reverse there. We have to just means one step ahead only. Right? There's no way to back. And internally, it will also make the indexing. Internally, it will make. And in the for, we have to make the indexing, and then we traverse on the basis of indexing only. Right? So this was a small example of LINQ. And then one person was asking about that why we are using the LINQ. So anybody who want to explain that why we are using the LINQ?
Yeah, I would like to say that LINQ is similar. We can have a similar query like any database, maybe the SQL, maybe the Oracle. So write LINQ query as a similar. No, there is no changes for it. That's why I introduced LINQ in .NET 3.0.
Right. The advantage of LINQ that it is language familiar, means we are already aware about C# and VB.NET, and we have to write less coding because we have like lot of things as a where, order by, then group by, lookup, skip, top. So these things we have, and code is more readable for us. And whenever we do any kind of typo error, then we will get the result. We will get the error at compile time, right? And we have the IntelliSense support also, and we can retrieve the data from different sources. So PK, you got the answer? PK, would you like to reply in yes or no? PK, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, so you got the answer why we are using the
Yes.
LinkU?
Yes, I got it.
Let me repeat again. Code is more readable, and whenever we write to LinkU query, if I do any spelling or any typo error, then we will get the things at compile time, and we have IntelliSense support, and we can retrieve the data from different sources. We need to write less coding because in the LinkU we are using the facility of delegate also. That's why LinkU is more beneficial. What delegate is saying that don't perform everything one person, right? Give some of the tasks to other also. This is what delegate is saying. Don't perform everything at your end. Give some tasks to other also. So that is what LinkU and IntelliSense support also. That's why we are using the LinkU.
Okay.
And here one important question that whenever we go for the interview related to that, what is the difference between IEnumerable and iQueryable? So anybody who want to put some highlight on this?
IEnumerable and iQueryable. Basically, IEnumerable uses for a in memory, but iQueryable we use for a like database filtration. Means when we do any filtration, so IEnumerable do the filter operation in client side, but in case of iQueryable, it will do filtration in the server side, means the database side. So it is a benefit.
Right. So anyone who want to explain the difference between iQueryable and IEnumerable? Yeah, Pintu. Pintu, don't raise your hand. Whatever you want to say after one person is finished, you can say, right? Because sometime I'm not looking at participant board. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, sure. IEnumerable, what it does is it takes the data when you do the query. After that, if you filter, you sort, you do whatever, you have the entire data in your app and you're filtering, sorting on that. But in iQueryable, it's just giving you something. It doesn't query the database that time. So if you sort and then do a to list, it will read only the data that you have manipulated. Meaning, if you have given an employees table and later on you say, I need employee with ID 1. So it will query the database with the filter saying ID 1. But in IEnumerable, what happens is it will take all the data and then filter out of that and give you employee with ID 1. So it is a lot more less data moving from the database to the app if you use iQueryable.
Yes.
Right. The word is saying that IEnumerable and iQueryable. IEnumerable means it will work on the memory. iQueryable means it will directly communicate with your database, right? In the IEnumerable, we can say that it will work in the form of disconnected architecture, and iQueryable, it is directly connecting with the database, so it will get the latest result. So it is iQueryable means it will make the query. So in the IEnumerable, like we have a list, dictionary, queue, and stack, linked, sorted, contain, cast. These will come under IEnumerable. And iQueryable, again, it will communicate with the database directly, like SQL, Oracle. So here you have LinkU to SQL entity framework, LinkU to another database. So these features you have. So anybody who can explain the syntax of LINQ? Let me share the screen. It will make more visibility. So this is the LINQ query. So anybody who want to explain some of the things we have already written here? So this is like data source, and this example will be INumerable, right? This will be treated as a database, and this will be the query. And here we have query execution. And this is basically part of INumerable. Right? Anybody have any doubt in this query? No? Okay.
No.
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 Then means first we have the result variable, then we have whatever the value will come inside, then we have a sequence, and then we have conditional expression. After then result will come in front of us, right? So let's take another example. The same.
Pankaj, your screen is not visible.
Not visible. Okay, okay. Let me share again here. So we have here another example, which then I need to design one class also. Let me copy. We can design one class here. Let me design a class. We can design here class student.
Outside the class.
It will not work here. There will be.
You have to declare the properties, getter setter.
Yes.
Getter setter, okay.
Prop you. Yes.
Okay, the error gone now, right? So let's do next copy paste. And this is happening in the interview also. We forget sometime. So what is the wrong here now?
Semicolon.
Semicolon.
Column I have given. Then what is the wrong thing now?
Inside,
Semicolon
inside
after the
setup.
set, not
Okay, okay,
outside the bracket.
okay. Yeah,
Remove the semicolon.
thank you, everybody. So this is what. And this same thing happened in the interview also, right? we forget. We say that something is wrong there because we are not doing practice like this. Let me do a formatting also. So we can learn small things also. Can I run this? So anybody who want to explain me that about this program? Anybody? And after 1 and 2 minutes, this Zoom will get expired. So we will restart again. Yeah. Anybody who want to explain this? Yeah. Continue.
Yes.
Basically, we created a class. We created a class student, and we took a collection of I list and we inserted the value inside it of a student type, and we just query from link queue where the age is greater than 12 and age is greater less than 20. So we will get the result of like age is in between 12 to 20.
Right. Should I run this? Then what will be the result now? This is the LinkU query, and what will be the result? So everybody have to respond on this. Nobody is here who will not respond. Everybody can put the result in the chat.
All
okay?
rows, all
Yeah.
rows,
Ajay sir,
all rows will come.
would you like to put in the chat so that we will review that what is? Pinto, please. Don't hesitate. Do a little bit work and then say that what will be the result.
अपने payment पे
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
Hello
can put,
everyone. Actually, it will return the